Happy Falcons Friday, y'all. It is Falcons Daily. I am Craig Green. I'm CG, your host of the show. Appreciate y'all checking us out. We will be bringing you a little bit more coverage of the Falcons and Panthers this weekend as well. Give you a little bit of our tidbits today of what we think the Panthers are good at, where we could probably use a little bit of help on offense. And we're going to start off here talking about the offensive line. But before we get into that, if you want to give me a follow, I am at Craig G Sports, CRAIG, the letter G, and the word sports. You can also find FanArch. Their logo's in the top left corner up here, FanArch Co., FANARCHCO. That's where we all are at on social media. Today, actually on Thursday, the Falcons had their second practice of the week. Things aren't really looking that great for Chris Lindstrom to be playing. Not looking good for Matthew Bergeron. They're both considered day-to-day. And for 2 straight days, neither one of them has practiced. So I don't know if this is just a maintenance thing for these two guys or if they seriously are in danger of not stepping on the field. It doesn't look good from the aesthetic point of view because of the fact that we need these two guys in the game. You know, remember Kyle Hinton stepped in as well as Jovan Gwynn in their spots at left and right guard, respectively. But if we can get these two guys back, we'd have our essential de facto starting lineup with Elijah Wilkerson at right tackle. So that would be a good shot in the arm for Atlanta. Laquel London had a full practice. He should be back on Sunday. D. Alford still practicing limited with a concussion. Hard to tell about whether or not he'll be suited up and booted up to play on Sunday, but we really need D. Alford out there. Drake London logged a limited practice as well, so that helps. You know, he had a back injury and also he was sick. He's battling back from that. Jamal Agnew also got got to practice on Thursday after not practicing on Wednesday. But again, not looking good for Liam McCullough, who celebrated the birth of his child with his wife. So again, congratulations to the McCullough family. But he did not practice on Thursday either. Don't know if he's actually going to be there on Sunday. Josh Woods also did not practice. So, a mixed bag of injury news altogether. But again, for me, the biggies are the offensive line. We need guys to keep Derek Brown off of our quarterback, who did log a full practice for Carolina on Thursday. After that, guys, we're looking at the Panthers. Speaking of Derek Brown and things that the Panthers actually do well. I mean, number one, it's still the running game for them. The running game is still their calling card. Rico Dowdle, Chuba Hubbard, but really right now, Chuba Hubbard is the team that. Chuba Hubbard is the second back now. Rico Dowdle has taken over pretty much as the lead running back for Carolina. The other thing that they're pretty good at is off schedule stuff. I mean, they've got they did pull out an upset victory for the most part, 16-13 against the Green Bay Packers. They've also they've also not shown up several times as well. Patriots destroyed them. Buffalo, crushed them. Those are 2 games that the Falcons played those teams very close, and actually the Falcons beat Buffalo. And I mean, for crying out loud, they just lost to the New Orleans Saints 17-7. So, again, the running game is really their calling card. Derek Brown is a monster in the middle to try to stop defensively. They do have Teteroa McMillan. They're good at getting him the football. He can make some catches, but, Bryce Young is playing confident. What we have to do is take away some of that confidence by putting that pass rush directly in his face. Another thing they're good at, the Panthers, if you're looking at something for the Falcons to take advantage of, is turning over the football. The Panthers are -5 right now in plus-minus in the takeaway department. Again, we talked about it. The running game is their calling card. I mean, they're like 8th in rushing right now. They do get a lot of rushing yards, But again, their passing attack doesn't really scare you. They get like 180 yards in the air game, but you can't let the ground game establish the air attack. And I think that's where it all starts. You got to stop those running backs. If you stop them, you've got a great chance to beat the Carolina Panthers. But again, that's what they're pretty much good at right now, literally running the football, playing okay on defense. And they score about 22 points a game. So again, for them, if they can continue to run the football, grind the clock, they're okay with scoring 20 points because they can use that to beat you, especially if they get a couple stops defensively. Looking around the free agent wire, there was one player who kind of piqued my interest looking around, and that was 29-year-old Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup was just in training camp with the Washington Commanders, and things didn't work out for Michael to stay with Washington, but he is a free agent. He's 29 years old. His best season in the NFL was his second year back in 2019, so he's had some struggles since then. He did have a torn ACL a couple of years ago, but he's largely regressed numbers-wise since 2019. I think some of that has to do also with the emergence of CeeDee Lamb, but his benchmark, like his best season again, 2019, 1,100 yards receiving, 6 touchdowns. He's had at least 2 touchdowns every season of his career. In 6 years of football, 21 touchdowns, averaging 14 yards a reception. He stands at about 6'1", 205. So Michael Gallup, and also on top of that, he's from Atlanta. He was born in Atlanta. So and went to Monroe area high school. So Gallup, I think, would be a guy that we could add to the wide receiver room immediately. I don't see any injury history for him in terms of him being injured right now. I know he did retire, and I don't know if he's semi-retired or what it is, if he went back into retirement or he's just in the free agent pool. But Michael Gallup is a guy that can give a call to. He shouldn't, again, cost you a fortune to bring him in and try him out. Maybe the Falcons have tried him out, and maybe Gallup has thought about it living right there in Atlanta. But, with Mooney, it being revealed by Raheem Morris on Dukes and Bell and on 92.9 in Atlanta that Darnell Mooney broke his collarbone, for Christ's sake. In training camp, the first day of training camp, that it was a broken collarbone, which technically is a shoulder injury, but that's part of why they don't have any real, that's why his rapport and his chemistry with Michael Penix is lacking. It's because of some of that. So, if Mooney's still working his way back, if we're still going to see the same Mooney we saw on Sunday, 8 targets, 1 catch against the Colts, then it's time to get some other guys in there. I mean, Nick Nash was brought up in the comments on our last on Falcons Daily the other day. I don't know what's going on with Nick Nash. Not sure why he can't get on the field. Dylan Drummond, I mean, it's clear that they want, that they're going to probably want a veteran in that spot. Sills has been out there as the number 3 receiver. He's been largely ineffective. It's been Drake or pretty much nobody in the pass game. Drake, Bijan, Pitts, or nobody. And we need someone who's going to be a threat. Like I said, if Mooney's not fully back to health and he's just giving it a go, then let's get him out there. Let's put somebody healthy in the game who can contribute. And right now, on the free agent wire, somebody who wouldn't cost a lot of money, that would be Michael Gallup. All right, we're going to go ahead and get out of here for today. We'll be back tomorrow with more Falcons Daily, give you our keys to the ball game, and let you know how the Falcons can and will defeat the Carolina Panthers in Atlanta this Sunday afternoon. Until then, I'm CG. Sayonara and buenos noches.